But the conversation that I wanted to have was one that I thought of like a week ago or something on the bus on my way to play ball with Lucas and friends. Lucas and friends.
Yeah.
But damn, this is gonna sound so bad, and I already know it. Like I can already.
Nah,
hear
just keep it pushing.
I'm
Just
gonna
keep pushing
though.
I'll be right here. I'm gonna try to be like, no, he's not homophobic.
Look, bro. All right. So this is the thought I had. You know, like there's sexism, there's racism, there's all of this bullshit of discrimination and whatnot, whatever, right?
Yeah.
But I was thinking, like, racism is believed to be something that's taught. Like, it's not something that's like.
I think we can all agree with that. I agree with that.
Right. I agree with that too. Right.
Yeah.
This is just a bad behavior that's learned, and the whole idea maybe of the whole Black Lives Matter movement, despite whatever controversy be going on in that organization.
Yeah.
But the idea that most black people in general I think have is that, like, to unlearn this racist system that perpetually continues to exist.
Yeah.
But after that, well, like I said, you unlearn it, right? The idea is that you think that you can unlearn how to be racist.
Yeah.
And so then I started thinking, what if that's how homophobic perceive gay people, where they're like, I think you can unlearn to be gay. That sounds really bad. I know it does, but bear with me because this is about to sound crazy.
Yeah, you got explain this.
I know. But so the idea was that, like, racism is taught, right? Like, this bad behavior is taught, or like the idea to hate somebody is taught.
Yeah.
So who's to say that the idea to like someone isn't taught? You know, and like I said, this is just all a thought, not what I actually believe. It's just something that came up to my mind, because who the fuck knows?
To expand on the little racism thing, to make the comparison a little bit better, it's like it's more of a new thing that we'd be like, oh, you can like unlearn being racist.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I'm pretty sure we all kind of grew up with more or less thinking about like how certain people are they're just born racist.
Mm-hmm.
That was a big narrative when we were younger.
Yeah.
So it's kind of on the same line as that, is what you're probably saying. Right?
Yeah. But you know but the idea is that, like, people would even think that you're born racist because of like how deeply rooted it is from birth. You know, so it's not to say that people necessarily like choose to be gay, but it's more like you don't really have that choice. You just kind of happen to be brought up in that manner, like, you know, kind of almost like a nature versus nurture, but you don't have a choice in like who you get to like, you know, because I gave you this example the last time that I brought it to your attention. Is like, I'm pretty sure you didn't choose the kind of music you listen to. You know, and that's a bad way to put it, because it's like putting music on the same scale as sexuality, which I'm not trying to do, but the concept is that you don't really get to choose the things that you like.
Yeah, to certain things either, like,
right. It just happens because of the way you grew up, right? And that's essentially what sexuality is, you know, like is how your identity and all that bullshit develops and unravels as you grow older via experiences and whatnot.
Yeah, same way that people like they like straight for like a couple of years, like, and usually, then they turn gay after.
Yeah, they don't turn gay, bro. They just find out that
they find out that they're gay. Yeah, my
bro,
fault.
correct the language, bro.
Yeah, thanks for that.
But that's what I'm thinking, like, because, okay, that deep rootedness is they're like, okay, maybe they were brought up in a way that they're like, nah, I like guys, but because society is just, they're like, guys, like as a man, you shouldn't like another guy.
Yeah,
so they probably think like, oh, I should just stick with females.
That's
for
it.
a long ass time, and then when they find out, they're just like, oh, like, there's always gonna be that emptiness because they're after something they don't like.
Yeah, that whole idea of gay has always like kind of thinking in my mind. Not being gay, I just caught that stuff. But
y'all heard it here first. No, let me stop.
Nah, cause like now I feel like there's been more gay people, right? But it's probably just because they've come out. They just have come out now.
Yeah,
they feel more comfortable.
It's more acceptable now. You know, it's definitely a lot more acceptable in today's society than it was even 50 years ago. Let's say.
Yeah.
It only recently, not even 10 years ago, that gay marriage became legal. Like, federally, I believe, like throughout the whole country.
Yeah.
2012.
Yeah, Obama, I think did it.
Yeah, like this shit is really not that long ago. If you
and since then, there's been way more like gay athletes. Like there was a football player like a week ago maybe. There was actually pretty recent news that like he came out as gay.
It's a little easier. It's more acceptable. You know, it's just but like I said, I do think that there were probably just as many gay people back then as there are now. It's just that now it's more acceptable. But I also like I said, they have that thought where it's just they're like, if you can learn to hate people, how can you not learn to like someone? You know?
Yeah.
Because if that's the way it's taught, you know, like the racism at that point isn't really like a choice for a lot of these people.
Yeah.
They're just racist because they don't know how to not be racist.
Yeah, it's almost like a foreign concept to them.
Yeah. So it's just they're like, oh, I think the only difference that I want to make with this analogy is that there's less reason to hate and more reason to like.
Yeah.
You know, so therefore, if you do hate someone, I feel like it's easier to unlearn a trait like that than to unlearn how to like something.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, you know, like, because if you hate something, at some point, you might just drop it and be like I hate it for no reason.
Yeah, because, anything that you hate, like, think about it just a little bit, is like, why do I hate this?
Right,
really,
it's just a little, it starts to become a little pointless.
Yeah.
You feel me?
As time progresses.
Right, so this is why I feel like it's the slight difference in this whole, like, where I do think you can unlearn how to be racist, but you can't really unlearn how to be gay, if that is how people turn out to be gay, as opposed to, like, genes or, genes.
Yeah, but I think both of us agree that you kind of born gay, right?
Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
Yeah.
And so, like I said, but like if the case were that people learn to be that way, because of the deep rooted shit that happens from birth, that just turns out to like almost unravel itself in that way, then I don't think it's possible to really unlearn to be gay. You know, there's always those stories, like I've heard even from my mother who goes to like a Catholic church, that there'll be those people who seek God because they don't want to be gay, and it's just, they're like, bro, but you can't though, right? You can't though, because at the end of the day, it's so much harder to unlearn to like something because you have no reason to not like it.
Yeah.
You know, you can have no reason to hate something. And so once you realize it, it becomes easier to stop hating it.
Yeah.
But if you
because I feel like naturally people want to be happy.
Yeah.
So if you try to tell yourself like, I can't like this, but like you really do like it, it's like a part of you will always
want that. So you can't really unlearn that. You feel me?
Yeah.
Unless after time the taste go away, but that's not how that shit works for me.
Yeah, word. Imagine like the expiration date for like your pussy. Like,
bro, I'll cry, bro. I'll cry, bro.
55, boom, I'm gay. What the fuck?
It's alright, bro. I've already reached that point. I told you, bro. I can't